Welcome to Get Real with Eddie, where we delve deep into the world of real estate with your host, the designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialist, Eddie Ruettiger.
It's time to Get Real with Eddie, and we are having some fun today.
We are.
Look who's in the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. I'm here. I'm back.
Nancy Vallee has joined the Exit Real Estate Specialists team, and we are so happy to have her back. So
There's a shock.
Oh my goodness. So first off, my heartwarm condolences and concerns go to those that were injured in last night's storm. So for those that don't know, where that listen online throughout the country, because I know we've got some listeners that watch us on YouTube and stuff, our hometown got hit pretty hard with some storms last night, and
yes, it did. Some boomers.
It was rough, and luckily, from what I've heard, there's been some injuries reported, but no deaths. So that's a huge thing, because it was a bad storm. Let me tell you, because my dumb butt was driving through it because I needed a file cabinet for the new office. I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Eddie.
You were driving through it too.
I knew it was going to be bad, and I didn't. I stayed just ahead of it. It was like this big giant tidal wave right behind me. So I was booking. And as I was going town to town, the tornado sirens were going off. That was freaky. Because I'd hit a new town and the tornado siren would go. I'm like, oh.
Well, at least that's how you knew you were staying just ahead of it.
Yep.
Because you kept catching the tornado sirens.
Yeah. So I stayed ahead of it.
Oh,
but,
man.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again. That was...
So, yeah, we drove out to Newark, Illinois, to pick up this file cabinet, and it wouldn't fit in my Jeep. So we had to drive back to my buddy's house 45 minutes away, got his F-250, and then drove out and got it. And then we were just, right as we left is when it hit. Yeah. And we drove the whole time through the whole mess of everything. So, all right, I just sent you the link. It's going to take a few minutes because I noticed my email's been slow today.
It was slow yesterday, too. I noticed that.
Yeah, I got to look at how I got this email set up. I think it's my new setup. I really don't know. So, while we're getting into that, we're going to just have a conversation about real estate. And how it's not crashing.
Oh, it's not crashing?
We're back to this again.
Why is that? Why does everybody just want...
So, it's an election year. That's why. Let's be honest. It's an election year, and let's be honest on the facts. Affordability is at an all-time low right now. Interest rates are high.
Yes.
Prices are high. So because of that, you have individuals out there, because it's an election year, making their pitch to get elected.
I guess, but still, it's about supply and demand. And nowhere has that gone. There is a little microscopic little bit of supply being coming to the market, being made. There's things happening, but not enough to cause a ginormous problem.
Business Insider says, through many Americans believe the housing market is at risk of crashing. The economists, I'm saying that completely wrong. Economists, not economic. Economists. There we go. The economists who study housing market conditions overwhelmingly do not expect a crash in 2024 or beyond. No crash.
No crash. Demand has not gone anywhere. It's pent up because of affordability, but it hasn't gone. People don't just not need a house or someplace to live.
So the article goes on. Right now there's an undersupply, not an oversupply like the last time. And that's true even with the inventory growth we've seen in this year. You see, the housing supply comes from three main sources. homeowners deciding to sell their house, existing, new home construction, newly built, and then distressed properties, foreclosures, and short sales. Okay? When you look at the data, your month's supply is still near all-time lows. So, going back to 1999, your average month's supply is 5.3 months. You average everything out, you're at 5.3 months, which makes my comment, what we've talked about here, that really into a seller's market or a buyer's market once you hit 5 months supply, in my view.
Yeah.
I don't think they say 5 to 6 months is a neutral market. I think 4 months you're getting into a neutral market.
I would say 4 and 5 months are neutral.
4 and 5. Okay. Well, we're close to 4. We're almost at 4 months.
And I would say that
nationally, not locally, nationally.
Yeah, I would say we're going to start seeing, if that trend were to continue, I would see a little bit fewer multiple offers, market time a little bit longer. And when I say a little bit, I'm talking days to a week. We're not talking months. We're not months. There's too much demand.
We're about 40 days right now on market time. On average, it's 40 days.
Yeah, well.
But I know you've got the good properties are going quick and fast.
Right, and I see good. I would say that would continue. The average property, instead of maybe 30 to 40, might go 45 to 60.
So here's the basic of the average annual inventory of home sales going year over
I'm
year.
still not. Did you send it to the right email?
I send it to the MV email.
Okay.
Yeah. So you should
It's
get it. It
just-
takes a while.
It does.
I know the email is slow. I got to figure out how to speed that process up. So 1999 to about 2005, it was around 4.8 to 4.5, somewhere in there. The bouncing around 4.6, got down to 4.3. Then we hit 2006, which was the red flag. No one was paying attention to. Inventory jumped to 6.5 months. 2007, it jumped to 8.9 months. No one was still paying attention to this. And that's when the market crashed in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
We had hit 10.4 months of inventory. Then the 09, we averaged 8.8, 9.4, 8.3. And then by 2012, we hit 4.9. Nationally, again, this is all national numbers. So by 2012, nationally speaking, we were out of the Great Recession from a real estate standpoint, and we were starting to get back to normal. Now, we didn't get back to normal until 2013, really. But still, 2012 was a rough year in this area.
I was going to say, yeah.
And then by 2014, we kind of bounced around the 4 month, 5 months period around in there. 2017, all of a sudden, something happened. And that's when the market really started to move.
Yeah,
we got
I was going to say
4
14,
months.
15 was still kind of tough.
17, we got under 4 months. All right. And then we stayed under 4 months. Now, 18 was a 4 month year, and we then 4.9, and then 2020, obviously we hit COVID, and we went to 3.1, 2.3, 2.7, 3.1. Right now, we're sitting at 3.7. So we're still under those 4 month averages that we were getting before COVID in 2017 to 2019. But we're almost back to where we were in that aspect. But it just seems like the inventory is tighter.
Yeah.
It really does seem that inventory is way tighter.
It is. Well, if you look at the numbers, it is tighter.
We'll have to look at. I don't know. I didn't pick a zip code. I was thinking Crest Hill today.
Okay.
So we'll have to do a deep dive and let's see what Crest Hill has. So Sea Hill?
Sea Hill.
You're going with Sea Hill?
I'm going with Sea Hill.
All right. So the fact is the builders are not overbuilding. This is the second aspect to that pillar that they talked about is new construction. So single-family housing units completed in the thousands, 4 consecutive years, record-setting numbers, and that was, leading up to 06. So we had it was kind of all over the map between the 70s. So this goes back to the 70s. Going into the early 80s, it dropped down. We had that big recession in the early 80s. So production dropped in the early 80s, and then we picked back up mid 80s. We dropped a little early 90s, and then picked back up and steadily went. And we had record production numbers at 2001 to 2005, and then we fell off the map, and we were under 600 in production for multiple years.
That's why we're hurting right now.
Even
Production never came back.
Even in 2020, 2021, we're still only at like 1.1 million units. We're just producing enough. Right now, we're probably around 1 million units nationally. That's just enough to keep up with population growth. So we're not really catching up on that lack of housing, and that's the difference. That's where you're feeling the pinch, and that's why you started seeing the numbers go down in 17, 18, and 19. We weren't there yet, where the lack of production had caught up with the demand, but it was slowly going to get there. It just got rushed to the finish line because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So
everything happened because of COVID. I mean, yeah.
So now builders are trying to catch up, looking at the last thing that brings inventory to the market. Because remember, it was people moving, new construction, or foreclosures. So needless to say, when you look at the foreclosure chart, you're about 100,000 quarterly numbers. So this is quarterly numbers of consumers with new foreclosure filings in the thousands. And you're sitting about, in 2005, 100,000, 2006, 2007. By 2028, it really picks up to over 400,000 units. So 29, you're over 500,000 units. And then it starts trickling back down. I would say you're back down to 200,000 units by 2013. So you still had a good amount of foreclosures in the market. But by 2017, we go under, just under 100,000 units. We're about where we were before the collapse. And then COVID hit, and the moratorium kicked in, and you're probably maybe 25,000 to 30,000 foreclosures. Because there were some foreclosures still going on. But most of those were really, really extreme circumstances. Very specific process, very specific things. There was some foreclosures. There wasn't no foreclosures. It also went based on the state and what was going on with that state and their state laws and
Yeah,
things like
every
that.
state was kind of different
Yes.
at that point.
So we get to 2022, foreclosures are allowed to happen again, and that's where we're at now. But we're still very low. There's only about 75,000 units.
It's very low.
Yeah, where normally you're over 100,000. So the number of foreclosure filings is still extremely low. So that's not bringing inventory to the market. So when you look at all of these factors and you look at just simple supply and demand, you're not seeing anything that's really in a situation where the market's going to crash.
And my question to those that say the market is going to crash, what indicator are you looking at?
Prices are high, interest rates are high.
Okay.
That's what I get told. So those are the two. I don't know what other ones they use, but that's what I've been told.
And
yeah, exactly.
yeah. And
So based on that means during 2021, when no one was thinking the market was going to crash, market was going to crash because the prices are higher than they were in 1980. I mean, that's the same logic.
yeah.
And that means the prices were going to crash in 1988 versus
Well, and what? Okay, prices are higher. Let's look at that. Prices are higher. Why would they crash? They might soften. They might not go up as high as quickly, or they might stabilize. But what would cause an actual crash?
Increase in supply.
Right. Which a drastic increase
Mm-hmm.
in supply.
And
Where is that coming from?
Where is that coming from?
And again, that's my logic. Just logic your
Mhm.
way out of it because it doesn't
So,
make any sense.
and then they get into the interest rates. The interest rates. What about the interest rates?
Yeah, what about them? Historically, they're not terrible. We just got used to,
COVID interest rates.
yeah, sweet little interest rates. But that was, I remember pre-COVID doing a video for Facebook and Instagram and stuff and saying, hey, historic low interest rates at 3.5%, at 3%, historically low,
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they go back up? It was historically low.
Yeah. The other aspect is that the whole idea is the home ownership is the heart of the American dream. I mean, it really is the heart of the American dream.
Still is.
Yep. So, a recent survey by Bankrate reveals exactly that. Homeownership is still part of the American dream. The result shows at 78%, owning a home is on the top list of priorities, surpassing any other significant milestone. So, when they're asked, which do you consider part of the American dream? Homeownership is at 78%. Being able to retire is only at 65%. That shocks me.
Yeah.
Because you think everybody would be, oh, I want to retire. You think that would be 100%, at least 70, 80%.
Yeah.
Having a successful career is 65%.
Okay.
Owning a car is 54%. Having a child is 45%.
I figured that'd be a little bit higher.
I thought that would be higher too. But we've been in a kind of a rut when it comes to the population and having babies.
Yeah, it's a pretty hostile environment to raise a kid. I mean, childcare and cost of living and all that. It's tough.
It's tough. Getting a college degree, only 35%. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That part did not surprise me at
No,
all.
that I would think it'd be about right.
You only have about 23% of the country, I think, that has a degree.
I would think it'd be a little bit higher. Maybe 30%?
No. Last
it's
number
in
I
the
saw
20.
was 23. That's not the number of people that go to college. That's the number of people that get a degree. So you got to think of how many people that go to college
And finish.
and then actually finish, where a lot will go, and then they don't all finish. I don't know what that number is, like percentage of the people that go
yeah,
to
it'd
finish.
be kind of an interesting
Yeah,
number.
but the percent of the total population that have a degree is 23%. And keep in mind, you've got an older generation where a college degree wasn't as important as it is for the younger generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they were just trying to get the older generation just to graduate high school, because that was a big thing. The high school.
Well, and there's a lot of that older generation that, graduated from high school and wanted their kids to go to college because they didn't
Mm-hmm.
or couldn't
Yeah.
or whatever. So there was that little jump, but then now it's kind of swinging the other way because we don't have trades. We don't have people in the trades. We need people in the trades. So,
Here's an interesting stat. I want to say it's on Treta. Only 23% of renters feel home ownership is too much work. That still seems like a high number, though. 23% think home ownership is too much work.
no, I would say that'd be probably about right because there are people that just don't want to deal with the responsibility of home ownership. They don't want to mow the lawn. They don't want to have to worry about a leaky sink.
Hey, guess what? I just put a new construction under contract. My client's single-family house. They don't have to mow the lawn. They don't have to do the grass.
That's nice.
So right in Plainfield, gorgeous little house. And they don't have to do lawn maintenance. They don't have to do that.
And that builder's responding to that
Market,
need,
yeah.
to that market.
So I thought that was a really cool product.
Yeah, that is
It
a really cool product.
Really cool product.
Is it all exterior maintenance or just lawn maintenance and shoveling?
Lawn.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the rest of it. I think you're still responsible for like siding and all that stuff.
Roofing, siding.
Yeah, that's all your responsibility.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. So, with all that being said, price still matters even more today than it did before. If you're pricing your house, so Altos research explains, looking at the price reductions data set, it all fits in the same pattern of increasing supply and home buyer demand that is just exhausted by high mortgage rates. As home sellers are faced with less demand, they expect more of them to have to reduce their price. But we're not seeing a reduction in demand. You've priced the house correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that hard.
It's what it's about.
You look at the comps, price it correctly, and you put yourself in a good position.
Yeah. Buyers want to be frugal. They're not going to, they want their money's worth. Let's put it that way. So if you're pricing correctly, they'll come.
Yeah.
At whatever price point it is, if it's correct. They want value.
Yeah, set a price that's not too high. Consider what houses are actually selling for. Don't overestimate your home improvements. And don't ignore feedback and market response. I think market response is more important than feedback. You've been on the market for a certain amount of time and you don't have an offer.
There's a reason.
There's a reason. And any other reason can be fixed by price. So, all right. We want to talk about Crest Hill, right?
Yes, Sea Hill.
All right, so we're going to go do a deep dive on the numbers on 60403 zip code when we get back after the break. So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn more about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when Lions serve, life improves and the community grows. Grow with us. Go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org. And don't forget to save the date for the Lions annual Luau and Car Show, Sunday, September 1st from 12 p.m. till 10 p.m. at St. Joe's Park, 700 Theodore Street, Joliet. Car Show will run from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in conjunction with annual community luau. $15 entry fee per vehicle. See you there.
Stocks may succeed, stocks may fail. Real estate is always there. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, 60403. Let's take a deep dive on some of these numbers.
All right, let's check it out.
All right, I'm going to flip over to the bar graph here.
Oh, that's interesting.
So Crest Hill, 60403. So we're looking at the 60403 zip code, which is most of Crest Hill. 255,000, up 10.9% on the median. Original list price is 260, up 8.4% from last year on the median. Market time is 10 days on the median, down 16.7%.
Mm-hmm.
Now what were we asking about the market time?
About market time going up.
Going back, looking at the line graph, 10 years. Look at that drop in market time. So market time at its peak, going back the last 10 years, was about 54 days. Yeah, 54 days is when it peaked, and the last time it hit 54 days was June 2015. and it's been pretty much steadily going down.
Yeah, it looks like the lowest.
It was like before
Go up
COVID.
to 2022. Looks like that was the lowest.
Yeah, it was about 20 days before COVID. And then you peaked back up kind of August 35 days. So that was like in COVID. And then after August 2020, that's when it just dropped. And we got down to 10, 11 days.
Nine days. And we're hovering at 10 days right now.
Not right now. That's intriguing.
Well, there's not a lot of inventory that goes normally in Crest Hill.
Still
So-
getting median on the last list price. They're getting 100% of the last list price. Any price reductions are from the original list price. Let's take a look. We are crunching those numbers. They're getting 100% of the median on the list price, 100% on the average of original list price. Contract to close on the median is 32 days. Listings to contract date on the median is 9 days. Month supply, 1 month supply in Crest Hill.
Yeah, well, that looks like a crash to me.
That's not funny.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Somebody's gonna believe you.
Oh, okay.
Just saying. You know somebody. Nancy Vallee quoted on Get Real with Eddie. Looks like a crash to
I'm
me.
clickbait. Hey!
You've made clickbait.
I made
Somebody
clickbait.
will.
Just for the record,
She's joking.
I was being facetious.
Yes. Showings to contract on average 22 days. Showings per listing 11.9.
Yeah, still quite a few showings.
That's an increase of 12%. So that means there's more traffic this year than there was last year
Yeah.
at this time. It's a
About
12,
two people.
12% increase.
Yeah. It went from 10.6 to 11.9.
9. Yeah, but that's a huge increase. So to be up 12%, I find it very interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I think as you see,
Shall we look at the ugly number?
yeah, what's
Price per square foot.
that I hate using?
Yes, $169. And why do we hate using that number, Nancy?
Because it gives the poor builders a break, makes them look like golden, and the good builders tarnish bad.
It doesn't take in improvements. It doesn't take in condition.
Right. It
It just makes everything is not a loaf of bread.
no.
Everything's not. I'm trying to think of what is something out there that is the same no matter what you buy. Bananas. Everything is not bananas. I go buy a banana's a banana. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
For the most part, I mean, I get it. Maybe one banana might taste a little bit different, slightly
One's
different.
a little bit bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
But still, that's probably the closest thing I can get to a comparison. You can't do that with real estate.
No.
Every house is different no matter what, because every house is located in a slightly different position.
Yeah. Maybe it's a newer home. You can't compare a house that was built in the 30s to a house that was built in 2020.
Yeah, a house that's almost 100 years old versus a house that's 4 years old, I don't think you can.
Even if that 100-year-old house has been updated and had new electric and stuff put in it, there's still things about that house that will never be a brand new build.
No, they won't. And you've got to take that into consideration when you're looking and evaluating at the price.
Yes.
You've got to take into consideration too, did it have a finished basement versus a non-finished basement?
Yeah.
That's a big aspect.
Granite countertops.
Yeah.
Carpet versus wood floors.
Yeah.
I mean, all kinds of stuff.
It's funny though too, because you used to give people in the 70s would give you bonus credits if you had carpet versus wood floors, and now it's back to the opposite. If you have hardwood floors versus carpet, you get more value.
Isn't that funny?
That is funny. I've seen some of the old listings where it literally does say wall-to-wall carpet.
What's not funny is carpet in bathrooms. Okay, that's not funny.
I got something worse than carpet in bathrooms in my
What?
opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's not worse. Carpet in dining rooms.
No, that's not as bad. Think about that.
I know. I just thought about it. You're right. So carpet in dining rooms is second.
Yes.
Carpet in bathrooms is first.
Oh, carpet in kitchens.
That's third.
Because my mom put indoor-outdoor carpet in her
In the
kitchen
kitchen?
when they remodeled back in the 70s, in
yeah.
the late 70s.
I ripped out carpet in my kitchen from the 1970s.
I don't...
At my first house.
I was a kid, so what do I know? But it seemed like it'd be hard to keep clean.
That really fine, thin carpet rug.
Yeah, but it was like that. It was indoor-outdoor. It was that real tight weave plastic
almost like
carpet.
what we use for commercial carpeting today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still gets dirty.
Mm-hmm.
How many things were spilled on that? Just...
Well, that goes why the bathroom's the most disgusting.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Yes, because how do you get that out of carpet?
Right. And it seeps down into the padding and stuff, and ew. Just ew. Okay, I'm done now.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive? Just making sure.
Okay, wait. Ew.
Okay.
All right, now I'm done.
Now you're done.
Now I'm done.
Anything really jumping out here when it comes to numbers or anything for you? Or like
What do we got for new listings?
the new listings in Crust Hill, this is a good question, are down.
Yeah.
There was 226 new listings in June. That down 16.4%. Last year at this time we had 318.
Yeah. Yeah, I just... Again, it's...
Under contract, 223. Closings were 230. I did not think there was 230 closings in Crest Hill.
Yeah, I didn't think there were 230 houses too close in Crest Hill. I mean, inventory has been so low for so long, especially in Crest Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, and it was down 20%, so there you go.
All right, I have a buyer.
You have a buyer?
I have a buyer.
Okay.
Brand new buyer.
Yes.
They are looking, are you ready?
Yes.
5 acres,
Okay.
5 bedrooms or more.
Okay.
Doesn't matter where. We're looking Will County, Grundy County, Kendall County, Kane County, DuPage, but they're looking for acreage.
Oh.
So if you have a house with 5 bedrooms or more and you're looking for, you're thinking you're selling, give me a call at 815-823-5478.
How many acres?
They would like 5 minimum.
5 minimum.
5 acres minimum.
Might have one for you.
Ooh, there you go. How many bedrooms?
I believe it's 5 with one in the basement, a finished basement with one downstairs. I got to double check.
Might work.
Might work.
Might work.
My clients that were looking for pretty much the same as you, not quite. I mean, they want max of 5. They don't want a lot.
They're actually looking for 6 to 7 bedrooms, but it's so hard to find.
Oh, that's needle in a haystack.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one that, if it hasn't gone under contract, I'll steer you that direction.
Please do. Please do. I've got some listings out there, and I've sent them some properties that are already on the market, so they may have it already. But if you are thinking of selling and you have this property type, give me a call, 815-823-5478. Let's sit down and have a conversation about getting your house sold if that's what you're considering doing. If you don't want to sell, it's fine. Don't sell.
If you're considering and you have that type of property but might only have 4 bedrooms, please give me a call because I have a buyer that is really more not Kendall, but they want east. So they'll go to Mantino, Mokina, that area, and then around here, south 80, doesn't matter, Kankakee, Braidwood, whatever. Give me a call, Nancy Vallee, 815-545-1162. I have a buyer.
And we have a coming soon, probably at the end of the month.
Dum dum dum.
Dum dum dum. We have a new listing in Crest Hill. It'll be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a full basement, finished, about 1,450 square foot ranch for $325,000.
Nice.
So brick, gorgeous house. Only one owner, built in 71.
Wow.
One owner. That
Nice.
was pretty amazing. So.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often anymore.
No, they were very. They're like, we never thought we were going to be here this whole time, but here we are.
Yeah.
And so,
Cool.
So if you're thinking of or looking for something in the Crest Hill area, give me a call, 815-823-5478. All right, let's hit a break, and we get back after the break. What do I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, we definitely need to talk about this.
Yes.
Things to avoid after you apply for a mortgage. Don't do these things that we're going to talk about, because no, not good at all. Keep it here. Get real with Eddie.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn more about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when Lions serve, life improves and the community grows. Grow with us. Go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org. And don't forget to save the date for the Lions annual Luau and Car Show, Sunday, September 1st from 12 p.m. till 10 p.m. at St. Joe's Park, 700 Theodore Street, Joliet. Car Show will run from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in conjunction with annual community luau. $15 entry fee per vehicle. See you there.
It's Get Real with Eddie, where everyone deserves the opportunity of home.
All right, so you're applying for a mortgage. Nancy, what are some of the things you shouldn't do after you applied for the mortgage?
Don't change any bank accounts.
No, it makes it too complex, and there's a whole mess of paperwork, and they look for your history. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
What else?
Do not apply for any credit cards. Don't close any accounts. Don't open new ones. Don't.
No, because you're changing your debt to income ratios. You cannot do those things because you're changing debt to income.
Yes. If you have accounts, leave them open, because you have credit that's unused. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It helps you with your debt ratio.
Yep.
Don't close them. Just leave them alone.
All right. What else?
Don't make any big purchases.
Nope.
I know you're excited about that house and you want to get a new couch and you want to get a new fridge and you need this and that and something else. Wait. It's not your house yet.
Yep.
Just think of it that way. It's somebody else's house. Don't buy furniture and stuff for somebody else's house. Wait till you actually get the keys in your hands.
Here's the two factors on that. The first factor is don't buy it on credit, because, again, that goes back to opening a credit card. That's what you're doing. So now you're affecting your DTI. The second factor is, okay, well, it's a couch. It's $1,500, $2,000. Let's say $2,000. What if something happens? What if there was a number that was wrong, and you need that $2,000 to close?
Yeah. What if their appraisal comes back and it doesn't appraise, and you need to come up with some kind of cash or some kind of something to help with that appraisal gap?
Yep.
Don't do it.
Don't buy it. What else we got?
don't co-sign on any loans. And if you have a loan that you've co-signed previously, like maybe for a kid who has a car, and yes, they're making the payments and doing whatever, it still comes up on your credit. So even though your child is being super responsible and taking care of it, you need to make sure your lender knows that you've co-signed on that loan, because it does affect you.
Yep, you are still responsible if they don't pay.
Right.
All right, and we got one more thing that you should not do or avoid when you're applying for a mortgage.
Don't make any large deposits or transfers in your accounts either without speaking to your lender. Now, you might be making a transfer out of a 401k or something towards the down payment or towards closing costs or something. Yeah, you can do that. It's not going to hurt you, but make sure your lender knows that's what you're doing. I had a client who wanted to buy a house. He was very old school and had $100,000 in his mattress. You can't just walk in and plop down $100,000.
No, because they want to know, where'd you get the money from?
Yep.
You're not. This isn't regular money. You don't get this normally. Where did it come from?
Right.
So they need to trace and track every single dollar.
Yes, especially now with all the new rules and laws and everything. You might have scrimped and saved your entire life, and that's perfectly fine, but you got to have the paper trail.
Absolutely, you have to have the paper trail. So
Gotcha.
it just, talk to your lender before you do anything is always the best advice. Any major purchase, any major deposit, anything financially, once you've applied for the mortgage, you call your lender. Hey, I need to do this. I need to do that. It can be done. So let's say you do have the $100,000. They will tell you how to do it. And that's the other aspect with this. Don't start this process 2 months out from when you're going to buy. If you start the process 6 to 12 months out, you can get everything lined up. So when you do get to your 2-month window, you can get
you're ready to roll.
You can purchase the property if you see the one you want. Otherwise, these are all going to be things that slow down the process and might stop you from getting your hands on your dream property.
Yes.
You have a team. We talk about that team concept. When you're buying a house, you have your realtor, you have your lender, you have your attorney, you have your inspectors. That is the core of your team. Utilize your team. Call them up. If they're not taking your phone calls, find a new team member. Because I hear it all the time. Well, they're not answering my call. All right, well, I don't expect someone to call you back in 4 hours. I do expect them to call you back.
Yes.
If it's gone 48 hours and you haven't gotten a call back, that's a problem. Have a discussion with that person. Why did it take you 2 days to get back to me?
Yeah. And it might have been something that happened terrible in their life, and you can understand, and it's a one time, but
Yes.
you've got to communicate back
and
forth.
that could be absolute communication.
It's all about communicating.
So, I mean, right now, we just had these major storms, so people are cleaning up their personal property. There's some people that did get injured. Luckily, we have not heard anything of anybody, having any kind of fatalities. Thank the Lord. But still, they have their own personal things that they're dealing with. And so it might take them a little bit. Email and phone calls have been horrible today in our market.
Yeah.
Because you've got cell phone towers that are down, and you've got emails down, and all kinds of stuff.
Right. So you've just got to give people a little grace to get back to you. And if it is kind of a outside amount of time, then call them out on it. Say, hey, I was expecting something a little sooner, and have that discussion.
Absolutely. All right, so calling someone out. So we are so glad to have you at Exit Real Estate Specialists. And we'd love to know, why did you make a move?
I made the move because I thought it would be great for my family. There are things at Exit that I can get that I couldn't get at my old brokerage. I wanted to, it was a great opportunity for moving into a position that you're working on a ground floor business. What an exciting time. And what an exciting position I'm in to be there on that ground floor with you. So, yeah, so there you are.
It is. I'm really happy to have you. And, you know, we've always worked so well together. And no doubt you're my left and right hand in a lot of stuff. Our client event is on Friday, so we cannot wait to see all of our clients this Friday out at the Slammers baseball game. And, you know, you've been instrumental in getting things ready for that. It just amazes me on how far we've come as a team and how far we've come in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, a lot can happen in 5 years, huh?
Seriously, it's been 5 years now.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that anniversary date.
Yeah.
And in 5 years, you know, we went from, oh, look, I'm doing a movie. And, oh, by the way, bring some people with. And I'm sitting there on the ground putting the backdrop together. And I look up and I hear hello. And it's your child who's towering over me at, what, 6'7"?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a tall guy.
To now we have 150 people coming out.
We have 163 people coming.
And that's
I
not,
just turned in the ticket.
That's
numbers.
not the not counting the number of people like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, we can't make it this year. Because I had so many.
I did too. A lot of people that have come previously that couldn't, but I have a few that couldn't come previously that are. So that's exciting.
It is.
Yeah,
It
I'm really
really-
excited to see them too. So
It's really exciting to get together with our clients and thank them, because that's the thing. The new office, the new moving to Exit, all of this, and everything we do. This radio show.
yeah, it's not possible without them believing in us, and I can't thank them enough for that. That's pretty awesome.
They're consistent referrals and consistent, no, call Eddie, no, call Nancy, no, call them. They're going to take care of you. Trust me. That's who you want to work with. That's who you want to talk. That consistency of them just being advocates for us. And now we have them out there going, oh, you do real estate? I already have a client that was out there telling somebody, oh, Eddie opened his own brokerage. You know, your wife should give them a call. Should give him a call. She's not happy. That's the next exciting thing for the both of us.
Yes.
Is getting to help and mentor other agents, and that was the biggest thing of making this move.
Yeah.
I want to help other agents grow their business, and I really cannot wait to do that.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting. And as the mentored person from you, I remember the first time I said, now I feel like a real realtor because you helped me.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And you were in the business for how long before you came to me? What, 2 years?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, it was 3 years before you joined the team. And I remember it was about a year into it, you turned around and you're like, I feel like a real realtor.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned so much, and thank you for that.
You were welcome. It was a pleasure. I mean, and it's been a pleasure, and we have a new path in front of us, which is just going to be outstanding, and I truly cannot wait to grow this business and to see who else we can assist, whether it's real estate agents out there looking to grow their business or whether it's, you know, someone looking to move into their next home. You know, our team motto is we change lives one home at a time, and that's what we want to do, not just for buyers and sellers, but for agents. We want to help change their homes for every time they help somebody, or change their lives every time they help somebody one home at a time. That's what we do. That's what we focus on. So, all right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget to join us online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at getrealwitheddie.com.